right up until the final shot, and I think maybe the pressure got it.
It was, his heart was pounding. He feels sick about it.
Gene Stus comes out aggressively with a beautiful strike on lane 51.
I would think the advantage in this match would be with Stus because he circles it. He's inside like Long was. Dickinson, I think, is still going to have trouble carrying it.
Tight to the pocket, and this time the 10-pin gets slapped out by the 6.
Gary Dickinson's always had this style with the left arm hanging straight down, dangling right there as he comes straight through the ball. He's square at the foul line, but he's never put the left arm out. It's an unusual style, but it's never changed as long as I've seen him bowl.
Open hand as that ball is released, almost like Glenn Allison.
Or Tommy Hudson. I think Wayne Zahn had the same finish like that.
Dickinson for the double. Oh, we've got ourselves a match here in the title.
Well, he knocked that 10-pin out twice in a row there. Good sign for him.
Well, yeah, Mike, but this guy basically they've already flipped the the lever on the electric chair with him, and he's out, right? And all of a sudden they have the power failure, and he gets the reprieve.
Right.
Adrenaline's pumping.
He came off the slab.
I mean, they're shutting the door on him, right?
Ready to do the post-mortem.
That's it. I mean, they've already pulled out all the machinery. So Dickinson's thinking, hey, this has got to be my night. This has never happened to me before.
Well, that could be. I know I used to think that way if something like that would happen. It only happened to me once in my career where a guy opened in the 10th frame like that.
I remember it. So does Mike Edwards.
Gene Stus, big, powerful man. 5-step player. We see him holding the ball again, chest high, standing erect. He's going to step with the left foot. Now he pushes the ball. Kind of just drops it down. Heads on into that next to last step, and as he hits this step right here, we can see the ball at the peak of the backswing. Again, he's going to bend that right knee, go into the slide, lets it go. Now he comes up after he's let it go.
Gene mentioned to me that last year, throughout the week, especially in the title game, he was really struggling with his knee, and since that time things have been repaired and he's much healthier now, but that was one of the reasons why he had a hard time staying down last year.
Yeah. Well, it's not too often that you can't beat 171. That's what he couldn't beat last year to win that title. At the 4-pin. The last time we saw Gene, he couldn't strike. It was just 10-pin, 10-pin, 10-pin. He never could get anything going.
Dickinson leads by 11, works on a double.
I think Gary smells it here. High.
Needs a break and gets it.
Wanted to jam that one in there flush and just float it high.
He doesn't appear to have a great deal of area to the right, so his miss is probably going to be left.
I don't think he feels in his mind that he has much area at all. That he's going to be pretty much right on target with a clean release. But he feels confident that he can do it.
Is this type of a shot playing into his strength?
No, I really don't think it is. I think what plays into Gary's strength is something from the edge, from right in the first arrow. He's a tremendous gutter player out there.
Using the ball that he bowled 56 games with this week. He's going to stick with Old Faithful here tonight.
You know, similar, we were talking about 59 and 60. We're going straight on the one lane and hooking it on the other. It appears that this pair is somewhat similar in that it's hooking more on lane 51 and they're going straighter on 52.
Seen some nice games tonight, though, on this pair. Jimmy Long with games of 255, 223, 211.
Gene wants to get back in this match. He's got to start by getting a strike on this right lane. This is one he picked to finish on.
Good shot there. I had a chance to ask Gene about the lane change from 59 and 60 to 51 and 52, and this was his response.
Well, I don't see much difference. I know in the past some guys complained that was a hard fair to carry. To me, last year I bowled bad on it, but I had a knee problem last year, and I think that might have had something to do with it. So really, if you make good shots, I don't think it matters what fair you're on.
Well, he wants to make a good shot right now. It's got to hurry.
Oh, and the big man brought it all the way back.
And there's his wife, Sally. Comes in light. You see the 4, 5, 7 up there. And the 4-pin actually falls into the 7 there, Dan. Did you see that?
Stus takes a 1-pin lead. Dickinson will try and change that scenario with a strike here.
Tight line here. It has to be right on target. Smooth. Ooh, it held all the way.
Accuracy at its finest.
And there's his son applauding that. Boy, he's more nervous than Gary is, that's for sure. Daniel looking on there.
I mean, Michael, Gary's hitting about, what, a ½ inch at 15 feet?
Yeah. 9 pins the difference. Good match. Two good players.
Two players seeking that Showboat title and $24,000 in first place prize money.
Down on the knee. Oh, the can opener.
Daniel liked it. Gary certainly enjoyed it.
Watch it as it hits the pins. Let's see what hits the 10, Dan. The ball will deflect and split the 5 and the 6. The 6 moved over and just, I think the 6 hit the 10. It was hard to see. He saw it, though, as a strike.
Back by 19. Stus will try and answer the challenge.
Well, the carry. Oh, the 7 pin was there.
The big man, Gene Stus, with a strike. I mentioned big, 6'2", 225. Would have been a fine tight end.
4 senior titles, looking to make him 5.
And the reigning PBA Senior Player of the Year.
And a strike here takes the lead by a twig. Swings it. Here it comes. High. Will it hit it? No.
What pin rolled right by it, Michael?
6.
That would have just flicked the 4 it would have dropped.
The 6 rolled right by it there. I think it was a 6 anyway.
How about that? Sally and Daniel talking over the title match.
It's harder on them, you know.
Well, there's nothing you can do. That's what Gene Stus is saying. There's nothing more I could have done on that shot. 10 pins the lead for Dickinson on a 3-bagger up in the 7th.
And Gary, whose pocket percentage carry was poor in the first game, is 100% in this game.
I'm telling you what, he was rejuvenated after a huge break in the semifinal match. Got a handful.
Oh, it holds pocket all the way.
He is razor sharp here in the title contest. You don't let those seasoned vets get a second chance, Mike Durbin. They'll come back and haunt you big time.
See how he puts his thumb up to his mouth and wets his thumb with his tug? Then gets the towel.
Pre-shot routine?
Yeah.
Down to a tee.
A lot of guys, you know, I used to blow in the thumb hole all the time. Everybody has their little idiosyncrasies. Dickinson trying to increase it to 30.
Trying to space himself a little bit from Stus, and he can't knock down the 10.
That keeps Stus in the match. Sets it up, you know, that if Gene can strike in the 8th and 9th, we've got a real battle going to the 10th.
Big smile on Gary's face. He and Gene are chatting after every shot. These two guys are enjoying the competition.
Seems like that's the difference in the seniors and the national tour, you know. It's not so much...
Well, I think they enjoy it on the national tour. They just don't show.
Well, it's for your livelihood so much on the national tour. These guys, you know, it's not so much for your livelihood. It's a supplement to your income. But they still want to win. Gene, who heads in the 8th frame now, trailing by 19, wants to set himself up for the 9th frame. going high. Trouble.
4-6. The pressure too great to bear, and Gene Stus scratches his head and starts to think, no, not 2 years in a row from the top spot.
He made the motion that he went over the top with it, that he didn't stay behind it like he wanted to. Fires at the 6-pin, slides it over. Big trouble. The best he can get is 225. Watch him here. Playing around the third arrow. See how the hand rotated around? The ball's headed high now, right through the heart of the pins. The 4 and the 6. Bowler's nemesis stays behind that one better.
And a strike. But for Gene Stus, nothing but trouble in the 8th frame. Gary Dickinson in a 237 clip right now.
Well, Dickinson's in the position now with a mark in the 9th and a mark in the 10th. He's going to have his first senior victory.
A little more room. And a big break. You can see Gary not wanting to ride that one too high.
Yeah, that was going through his mind. Suddenly you turn a little defensive, and tentative in this kind of situation. He's fortunate to get 9 out of that shot.
But that's a pro. That's a guy who's been there a million times, Mike, who knows if I don't throw a split, I'm going to win this thing.
Yeah, but that's the type that could have been a 210.
I understand that. But
trouble. Trouble.
Skinned, and it did. Gary Dickinson looks back at you and I with a huge smile on his face. And what was he thinking about?
I don't know. We watched this first ball. Let's see if the 10 is up there for a second. No, the 6 got it right away. Barely hit the head pins. Got 9 out of it. Now he's looking at one mark. The spare, like Jim Long, will it hold on? Just barely.
A matter of a half an inch. Dickinson trying to lock up his title. Loft, speed, and a flush hit for Dickinson, who comes away with a big win.
Well, like you say, he got off the slab. They had him ready to go into the drawer.
Oh, they were making out the tombstone. Dickinson back from the dead, literally, to win the PBA Senior Invitational. His first senior title and $24,000. A key victory for Gary Dickinson.
And he has such a nice smile when that happens. Gary doesn't smile a whole lot. He's pretty poker-faced most of the time.
I know one thing. Daniel is enjoying the action. 246 for Gary Dickinson. A great game for a great champion here at the Showboat.
And 9 strikes as he gets a big hug from his son.
For Gene Stus, a second place finish for the second consecutive year here at the Showboat. Maybe third time will be the charm for Gene.
Well, he's certainly shown that he likes this bowling center, but he just can't seem to win the one match.
Title match has been decided. Let's look at the way the rest of the field finished up this week. Jack Calhoun with 6, Don Johnson 7.
Dave Sutar, the Hall of Famer, in 8th place, and Archie Carter came in 9th.